Hello guys, welcome to Sociocultural screencast on participation and excellence. Key focus of tonight's screencast is going to be on firstly the sports development pyramid that you will have looked at for your coursework talks, so where you go from foundation, participation, performance and then excellence, and then we'll have a look at you need to know a characteristic for each. Then we're going to look at the three funding streams for elite athletes. Then we're going to look at national governing body and government initiatives that are used to raise participation. So quickly going through this, if I just go on to your next this slide here, so basically sports development pyramid. Okay, so what I would say to you, basically need to highlight one part of this box. So if I said to you now, the sports development pyramid consists of 4 layers. Foundation, okay, so young school children, that'll be the one thing you might link, or introduction to sport. They're your 2 basic things. So introduction to sport, young school children. Participation, okay, you would look at extracurricular participation, non-competitive. That'll be the key thing. From there, your next one, you go up and you imagine you're going, or you could put club participation actually for that one. So if you imagine just going through from when you're at school, you're introduced to sports school, then you go to a school or club participation, then you go to district, county or regional, and then finally you go to national or international. So if we just go through like a route that you would take from if you went from playing at school, introduction to sport, and then went through those stages to top of the pyramid. Now, as that's done, what we're going to have a look at now is that's the sports development pyramid. That should be in your Cornell notes. We're then going to have a look at excellence quickly and say, right, okay, if you are excellent, if you are somebody who's in like kind of looked after a UK sport, if you're looked after by English Institute of Sport, where's your funding come from? We've looked at kind of a little bit about World Class Performance Plan. Things I want to just go through quickly now. It's quite simple. So funding, okay, so what we're going to do, if I can change this for you, public funding comes from the government, okay, change it from National Lottery. We can put National Lottery stroke government funding, okay. Then we go from private. Private funding, the way that comes is from sponsorships or private companies. Okay, so athletes will be sponsored by things like Nike, etc. Voluntary funding comes from donations, stroke charity. Okay, so this National Lottery funding can be linked into public or voluntary, and that comes via the World Class Performance Plan, which we've already talked about, and I'll maybe elaborate on in lesson tomorrow. Final thing then, okay, is that basically as a result of that's the elite end, we then need to look at 2 initiatives that are used by the government in order to increase participation. So what are they? Well, national governing body initiatives are firstly, they have national governing bodies will get funding from Sport England because their national governing body initiatives to raise participation. Basically, they have something called a whole sport plan. So all I need you to do in your Cornell notes, I'll talk about it tomorrow. National Governing Body Initiatives 1, it's called a whole sport plan. That's it. I'll tell you what they do within it. That's enough. Whole sport plan, and it basically means that a governing body, e.g. the Rugby Football Union, has to get a certain amount of people participating in order to get funding from Sport England. Okay, all you need to know, NGB initiative, whole sport plan. Now we need to go on then to government initiatives. So there's 2 government initiatives. The first one, leave all this here, is the national curriculum. So the government tries to raise participation via the national curriculum. You've all been involved in it. 2 hours a week, can be up to 4, and it goes from key stage 1 to 4. That's all you need. National curriculum, government initiative 1. The government put in place the national curriculum. The other thing, another example, there's lots of these. I'm just going to try and keep it simple. The second government initiative you can talk about are PESCL strategy, which has now been outdated and it's changed. So basically, if you could just put PESCL strategy, so PE, school, sport, club, link strategy. PESCL strategy is fine. That's government initiative 2. The strands are there. I can talk about those a little bit tomorrow. So Cornell notes need to have, right, sports development pyramid, 4 layers, 1 characteristic from each. Then you need to have 3 types of funding, where they come from. That's just your next point. And finally, you need to have 1 national governing body initiative, 2 government initiatives. I will talk a little bit about more than tomorrow. Simple lesson, but the pre-lesson work is vital. Get it done, please. That would be great. If you get that done for tonight, then tomorrow's lesson is very easy. Those who haven't done, for example, Green Block, I know are not going to do a lesson tomorrow. So can you. Just basically, you just need to focus on funding and the sports development pyramid. Those questions will be in your exam questions tomorrow. Thank you.